Hey guys, what's up? My name's Eric and I'm the Techy Agent, and as you can see here today, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Insta360 One R. This is the new camera from Insta360, and I have the 1-inch Leica edition, so this is the higher end version of the camera as opposed to the smaller action camera version. And then in addition to that, they've included this paperwork here right out of the box, along with an SD card, micro SD card, and the dual lens 360 mod. So we're going to go ahead and unbox these here for you guys today. And of course, as always, stay tuned for the full review coming up here in a week or two. So make sure you hit like and subscribe so that you can be part of that full review once this comes out. Real quick, want to mention as well, I am in the process of reviewing this guy right here. This is the Oura Ring, and I've done a live stream video about this already, but this little ring right here does have some built-in electronics. I don't know if you'll be able to see any of that, but built-in sensors and electronics on it that track biometrics, like my breathing, respiratory rate, heart rate variability, sleep, all kinds of things like that. So great little product here. And again, I'm going to be reviewing this recovery tracker. It's not really, I wouldn't call it a fitness tracker. I would call it a recovery tracker, but I'm going to be having a full review of this here in the near future. But today we're doing just the unboxing of the new Insta360 One R camera. So let's go ahead and first just kind of get the boring stuff out of the way, shall we? Here's the card that comes with it. And that's pretty much it. We'll get rid of that. You're seeing my actual genuine true reaction and first impressions. I have not opened this up in advance, so let's go ahead and dive in. So there it is, the camera front and center. It's a sharp looking camera. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Feels really good in the hand, quality camera. I can just tell like the build quality is here. Like it's heavy, the plastics feel good in the hand. You know, it doesn't feel light and cheap and flimsy. Wrapped in plastic, so let's go ahead and pull all of that stuff off. So there we go. Modular design. It looks like this breaks apart here with a little switch. Yep, sure enough. So this here is the battery portion. And then we've got the kind of the brain of the camera here, which is going to have the screen on one side and the you know, the start button. The brain of the camera is here, and then you've got this modular 1-inch Leica camera here. And then this just, I'm assuming, snaps on here. Let's take a look. Yep, there it is. Okay. Feels good. There's not any like wiggle like between the joints. Like I was concerned that this would have some flex to it, and I'm not feeling that on the camera, which is good. And then this looks like this is some sort of protective cover that comes off. Sure enough, there we go. It exposes the actual camera lens. So this is going to be like a protective lens cover. I'm sure that also you want this on for waterproofing capabilities as well. So we'll make sure that that's snug. So there's the camera. It looks great. We've got a little trap door kind of on the side here. When you open that up, we've got USB-C charging. And I'm assuming that can also plug in then to your computer to just download the images and video right straight to your computer. But then you also have a micro SD card slot in there as well. I don't really know if you can see that, but right next to that there's a micro SD card slot. So let's go ahead and close that trap door back up. Ooh, that's a little tricky. I don't like how that door is flimsy. That could easily accidentally not lock correctly. There we go. Okay. So that's secured and shut now. So that's a point there that would make me a little bit nervous if I was taking it underwater or into a lot of dirt or something like that. Make sure that trap door is closed. Okay, so there is the camera. Let's go ahead and see what else we've got in the box here. So we have a micro, or we have a USB-C to standard USB charging cord. paperwork, screen cleaner. Then we've got kind of this protective cage that holds the whole unit together. So let's see how this works. So it opens up with just kind of a little trapdoor thing there. And this is a problem. Okay, so in order to get this in here, it looks like I go in this way. But even still, I'm gonna have to take off this in order to shut that door. So that's interesting. That's kind of a pain. Don't love that. Because I don't want to scratch this. Okay. Okay. So there we go. That's what the camera looks like with the protective cage around it now. Now, one of my concerns about it being fully assembled like this with this lens cover on and everything was that would I have to pull it all apart in order to charge the battery, get access to the SD card? Well, the answer is no. The nice thing is on the side of this case here, they did build a cutout so you can access that trap door and get to charging your battery and also get to the SD card slot. So you can access all of those things with the protective case on, so you don't have to completely disassemble the whole camera in order to get to that that little trap door. So that's nice. I like that they put that little cutout there on the side of this kind of case here, this protective case for the whole thing. Really like that they did that because I can keep the whole camera assembled and get to everything I need without having to tear the whole camera apart. Now, I will say that in the same way that this trapdoor was hard to kind of open and close, even when the camera was outside of the protective case, it's even harder to open and close when you kind of have this recessed trapdoor here now. So I'm gonna have my wife, who has better nails than I do, try to close it, and you're gonna see that it's a little bit difficult. You have to use your nail to that little spring, yeah, and try to close it. You can see there it's not actually closed. It's a little bit of a pain. You see, yep, still open. So kind of a pain to try to open and close. Nope, still open.
I can't get it to...
Did we get it closed? Nope, still open. So yeah, that trap door should have been designed a little bit easier, because even when you're pushing in on that little switch to try to close it, it's still open. Okay, I think I figured out the trick to this. You can see on the side where there's that little arrow. On that side, you have to put that that little hinge in first, and then you've got the other side that's still opened up that we should be able to close now by flipping that switch. And there we go, we got it closed. So that's the trick. Took a little bit of time to figure that out. Not super intuitive, and definitely wish that they would have come up with a better design still. And then it's got this kind of like the standard action camera GoPro base to mount it on the, different accessories and mounting options that you can purchase online. And let's go ahead and open up the 360 module. So there's the 360 module, comes wrapped in plastic to protect it, along with this little rubber protector here that's supposed to, I imagine, like protect the lenses while you're storing the module in a camera bag or something like that. So let's go ahead and pull all of this off here. Okay, and you can see on the bottom here, we kind of have like these sockets where it plugs into the modular brain of the unit. And then we've got the 360 camera on either side. Now, because of how wide this is, I've actually heard that the stitching on this is not as good as the Insta360 X camera. That this is essentially the same lens and sensor on here, but with the stitching being actually not as good. So in terms of 360 video, there's definitely a case that could be made that the Insta360 X is actually a better 360 camera. The advantage of all of this is obviously you've got a 360 camera and action camera in one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. I'm assuming that this is how it goes to kind of protect it. So that's kind of the little protective case. I don't like it. It kind of moves around inside of there. And my concern is that on the other side of on the inside of this, you could get dirt or sand or something that would rub up against the lens. So I don't exactly love this. I wish it would have come with some sort of totally encompassing soft bag or case where this wouldn't be as exposed as it is. But that's what we've got.
Just for comparison's sake, I wanted to show you guys how large the Insta One R is compared to my DJI Osmo action camera. So you can tell that the lens and the body are significantly bigger. Again, not a deal breaker for me, but if you're looking for a really compact action camera, then the Insta One R may not be what you want. However, that being said, the 1-inch sensor of this compared to the smaller sensor of this should mean that this has better better dynamic range and better image quality overall compared to other action cameras. So we will find that out here in my testing in the next week or two. Powering on for the first time. Screen looks bright and clear. It's asking me for my language prompt now. So let's go ahead and see here. And now it's asking me to pull out my Insta One R app to connect it to the app in order to activate the camera. So camera again looks great, feels great, good build quality here. Really looking forward to seeing how the actual image quality is coming from this camera. I've been waiting for this to show up at my door now for a couple of months, but because it was shipping from China and because of the COVID-19 virus, it got delayed. And so I just now got this camera. It was supposed to arrive, I think, almost a month and a half, 2 months ago, but it was delayed. And so very excited to finally have this here in my hand and bring you guys here this unboxing experience and then the review shortly. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. My name is Eric, and I'm the Techie Agent. We'll catch you next time.